Hope everyone's doing great. Well, the title of the video said stay away from this, but you still went ahead and clicked on it. You know why? That's how the brain works. When you ask it not to do something, it would definitely go ahead and do that. Now, the social media influencers make use of this particular phenomena of your brain and use that to their advantage. Now, this video is about that. But before we get into it, let me also tell you that there's a challenge by the end of this video. Let's see if you can beat that challenge, right? So before I get into this particular phenomena, let me give you one example. Most of you would have heard about the book Secret because it was, I think, one of the top 5 books when it came to sales with regards to that particular category. Now, what does Secret talk about? It talks about manifestation. Well, you'll have so many examples wherein people are saying that they tried it and it worked for them and it's a great book. But then when we go ahead and try that, it doesn't happen. Our mind starts wandering and then we start thinking that manifestation is not for us. But that's how our brain is. It will always try to stop you from keeping focused, or when you try to control it, it will always stop you from doing that. So now that said, let me get into the topic that I was talking about. Now, if I tell you that you messed up, what would you start to do? You start to introspect as to why is it Pavish telling me this? What did I do wrong? Is there a particular reason, or is there a particular topic that he's talking about where he thinks that I messed up? But then if I say you fucked up, what would you do? The initial first reaction would be, who the hell is it to tell me this, right? And why is he talking about this? So the defense mechanism of your brain starts saying that you don't have the rights to tell me this, right? But if you think about it, both means the same. It's just a wordplay that I've done wherein I'm using messed up in one sentence and fucked up in the other sentence. But both exactly means the same. Now, this is what these social media influencers do. A few examples would be Heer Khan, Upasana Arya, or Hindustani Bao for that matter. Now, if you look at it, there is a few things which is always common in their videos. They target a particular audience, whether it's a Hindu audience, whether it's a Muslim audience, or it's a particular person as such. They always target a particular audience or a person. Secondly, they always abuse. The amount of anger they portray on their videos is always at a high level. The audio is very high. When I say audio is very high, the voice at which they are shouting is very high and all this. But the biggest common factor in all this is that everybody goes viral, right? So what do? Now they start abusing, they start cursing, they go ahead and give you certain examples of certain issues, and then they start talking. Whether if they are talking about a Hindu audience, then they'll go ahead and start cursing Muslims. If they're talking about a Muslim audience, they'll go ahead and start cursing Hindus. But what they are doing is they are triggering a particular emotion in your brain called anger. Now what happens? Once you see that video, let's say you agree with the person who's making this video. So the initial thought in your brain is that this guy or the girl's got the balls to speak what I don't like to, or which I'm not able to portray. So what do? You share it with the like-minded people saying that look at this video, it's so great, he has got the balls to go ahead and say all this which we are not able to do right now. But then if you don't agree with that person, then what do? You get frustrated, you feel angry about the person, and then again you go ahead and share it with people so that you can protest against this. But then what are you doing finally? End of the day, you're making the video viral. Now what is this called? This is rage baiting. Now what is rage baiting? Rage baiting is actually triggering an emotion in your brain which you're uncomfortable with, or just trigger the anger mechanism. By triggering this particular mechanism, what they are doing is making you do stuff that they want, because when you're angry, you are not in control of your brain, because anger is called temporary insanity. So that is exactly what they are doing. They are trying to trigger this particular emotion. So they are actually literally not worried about what they are saying. They're just trying to be viral, and they're trying to make sure that they become famous. If they are actually worried about what they are speaking, then they would not use social media. Rather, they would get into an organization which works against this and then work towards it. They don't do that, right? So guys, please don't get influenced or please don't get fooled. Now, let's get to the challenge that I was talking about. So what's the challenge? Well, if you are guilty of sharing even one such video, I would ask you to go ahead and share this video so that you can let people know, that at least help them to not get fooled. But then, will you do that? No. Why? Go back to the video. What did I say? If you are guilty of sharing even one, if you are guilty, the moment I use the word guilty, the brain starts the defense mechanism again, because the brain would never be able to accept that it was wrong with something. So it would not let you share the video. So let's see if you win against the brain today or if the brain wins against you. So hope to see you again in the next video. Ciao for now. Thank you.